Good evening and welcome to the pit. Is that what you call it, Mr. Wyandotte?
This is where men are made, right here.
Wyandotte High School and KCK. We got a matchup in the KCAL as the Wyandotte Bulldogs and the Atchison Redmen, two teams with just one loss to a familiar team, the Washington Wildcats. Wildcats have protected their home floor against the two other top two contenders in this league. We get an opportunity to see these two teams come together for the first time, Mr. Watson. Let's talk about the importance of this game and even being able to stay in contention with Washington.
This game is needed by both teams. They have to come out with the fury of the blazing fire from the tip-off. These teams, they need this game to stay in contention for that championship of the league.
Wyandotte, more importantly, has got to have this game at home. You cannot slip up at home in the KCAL because just flat out, Washington's not going to lose 3 games. So you can't have 2 losses and expect to still win this league outright. Talk a little bit about some of the pressure. You got a lot of seniors on this team of Wyandotte. How are they going to step up tonight and be able to handle this pressure?
Well, when you play in front of your home crowd, you want to do all you can do. You want to get the crowd involved earlier in the game, and that's what these seniors bring to this house, to the pit. They know the importance of the game. They know they can't let somebody come in here and steal a game from them in order to be in contention for the league title. So these seniors are going to show a lot of leadership. You're going to get Theo Bass, who's going to give you some scoring power. You got Nunley, who can shoot from the outside, and then Robert Tatum, who can hopefully control the boards along with Marquise Hall.
This game could be decided in the paint, though. The big men are going to have a big impact. Atchison with 2 very good ones, Rashawn Chambers and Mr. Jarrell Ross. Talk a little about their matchup against Marquise Hall.
They're going to have to come quick because he's a quick jumper. He springs fast off the floor. If they can get Marquise in foul trouble, I think the advantage goes to Atchison. But if they keep him on the floor along with Tatum, and Tatum gives Marquise some help on the boards tonight, it could be a long night for Atchison.
So we got a fun matchup here. Atmosphere a little kind of shaky right now. We got to see if things hype up a little bit as we get closer to game time. We got the Bulldog out. Mascots are here. Brian Watson, Vernon Birmingham will be here. He's on his way.
He's on his way?
He's got to make his entrance. All right, this is David Brox with Brian Watson. We'll be right back with the tip. Good evening and welcome to the Wyandotte High School for a matchup between Atchison Redmen and the Wyandotte Bulldogs. The Bulldogs are the home team. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First for the Atchison Redmen, coached by Matt Hall, 10-5 on the season. Number 2, Marcus Denton. Number 5, the star of this team, White King Gill Jr. Number 11, Adam Smith. And then the 2 big men in the middle have to play big tonight. Number 22, Jarrell Rawls, and number 24, Rashawn Chambers. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Wyandotte Bulldogs. And we have to go off the expert memory, and I could be mistaken on that 9-5 overall record. The Wyandotte Bulldogs playing real well this season. Start out with number 1, all seniors on this starting lineup. Number 1, Kendall Dale. Number 2, breakout season for Mr. Theo Bass. Number 10, 4-year starter, Deontay Nunley. Then it looks like their starter, we've got a little change in the starting lineup. Todd Kennedy's going to start instead of Marquise Hall. So number 15, Robert Tatum, will start out. We see Marquise Hall over there, so maybe we won't speculate on why. We have a little bit of adjustment in that starting lineup, which has a big impact on this game. Wyandotte going real small at the start. I am joined by Mr. Vernon Birmingham. How you doing, Vernon?
Doing well. And kind of touching on what you just talked about, it is interesting considering Atchison actually has a couple of bigs. And, you know, not only does Wyandotte not have the size, but one of their better leapers, you know, as far as rebounding, changing shots at the basket, is not starting this ball game. So, like I said, we're not going to speculate, but it'll be interesting to maybe find out after the game if Wyandotte wins and we talk to their coach what was some of the thinking behind that.
The officials tonight, Mr. Brian Wiley, Murray Davis, and Dan French, who are going to play a role in this game. If I kind of made a comment to him as just writing the names down. We'll see. We won't talk about them too bad as long as they don't blow that whistle too much. But we'll see how that turns out, see if this turns into a track meet or if we get into the half court with what Atchison would like to do. We're set to tip, and it will be Todd Kennedy. So another senior. Marquise Hall doesn't look hurt, sitting on the bench and smiling, so I assume everything's good with him, but he is not in the starting lineup as Atchison controls the tip. Joaquin Gill comes into the front court.
Wyandotte opens up in a little bit like a 1-2, 1-3-1 maybe. Some type of matchup zone that they're in.
Smith working out front.
We can call it 1-2-2. Actually, they're chasing the big guy a little bit.
Todd Kennedy out top working hard at the top of that zone.
As we saw from Atchison the other night, they will be patient and try to find the best shot available. And there go Joaquin after a big 30-point night the other day, coming out hitting his first basket.
Nunnally coming the other way for Wyandotte. Won't stop and go all the way. It will be Wyandotte ball. Ball knocked out of bounds.
So considering this is the first time these two teams faced off, that is the matchup, for me to watch tonight is going to be.
Kennedy pull-up jump shot is no good. Robert Tatum on the offensive glass to Kennedy, who can't finish. Ball tipped around and finally cleared by Rawls of Atchison. Gill pushing the other way.
So Wyandotte's able to do a little bit on the offensive paint in there. Tipped the ball a couple times, got an offensive rebound and look at the basket. So considering they have one of their bigger guys sitting, I'm sure if you're a coach from Wyandotte, that's good to see, battling on the boards.
Chambers. Short corner. Gill drops it to Rawls in the middle of the lane. No good. Neonlake clears the rebound. It comes the other way for Wyandotte. Dale is open, turns down the three. Tatum gets bumped, and he'll get a first foul.
Like the little switch to the right hand after drawing the contact a little bit. He reminds me a little bit of a much younger and not a skilled version of a Zach Randolph. He's able to kind of use his body to get to the lane a little bit.
Not only takes the hand off.
Laughing at my Zach Randolph reference early.
Nah, you sounded like Charles Barkley. Pull-up jump shot.
Good hands.
Kennedy active, and we saw Kennedy at the Washington game. He is an active player, and we'll get up there. Kendall Dale for three. Good.
Again, scrappy down there in the paint for Wyandotte, creating another opportunity at a shot at the basket.
Denton open for three. To answer is no good.
Good
Kendall
box
Dale
out
boxes
by
out.
Dale.
Clears the rebound. Bass all the way to the rim.
A little bit out
of control. A lot of contact. Nunnally for three. Good.
Consecutive trays for the Bulldogs.
Timeout, Atchison. Coach Matt Hall not afraid to use those timeouts if he sees something that he doesn't like.
Well, you got to be frustrated that Wyandotte's getting second and third opportunities down there on the offensive end.
Especially when they don't have their big in there. This is a five-guard lineup for Tatum.
Yeah, there's just right now the scrappier team under there.
So both of these teams, one loss in the KCAL at Washington. Both of these teams have lost there. You got to protect your home court if you want to stay in this league race. And Wyandotte off to a quick start, 6-2.
Yeah, what you can't do, at least right now this season in this league race, is fall 2 games behind. So you want to try to stay at 1, considering you still have to see Washington again. So any shot at trying to get a lead is going to come down to that.
We'll see what Coach Matt Hall drew up. Maybe some adjustments now that they've shown their 1-3-1. I almost thought you might see a Theo Bass up ahead to Kennedy. He's breaking away. Gill challenges. He misses the layup. Rawls pull away, and they will have a jump ball. It will stay with Wyandotte.
Good challenge there by Gill, but, that's a good handle there by Kennedy. That's a little bit of a difficult pass there that Bass was able to make on the money pass, but good job by Kennedy handling that.
So the possession arrow will go over to Atchison. Marcus Denton will check out, and we get our first look at the freshman, number 33 for Atchison. Tay Helms.
And we saw him play it quite a bit in the second half Tuesday night.
In crunch
showed
time.
well.
Nunnally for another three. 3 seconds in the lane. Kennedy kind of camped out there. An extra pass got it called.
Man, that's the first 3 3-second violation we've seen this year.
Gill into the front court again. Wyandotte staying in that 1-3-1, being real aggressive with kind of a passive trap. Gill's open for three. Good. I said these teams can't. Atchison can't shoot threes. They come out and knock down their first one or two attempts.
You know, and Gill has a little bit of an unorthodox shot there.
Dale
from
for
deep.
three. Stay here. Helm couldn't clear the rebound for Atchison, so struggles just like we saw the other night for Atchison on the defensive boards.
Well, that's the freshman up right there, also right there, just trying to depend on his jumping ability rather than getting his body into the offensive guy.
Dale with a pass down to Nunley who can't finish. Chambers will clear it out. And come the other way with Gill looking to get in transition. Weaving his way through. Shot up
Nice
and
move,
good.
coast to coast, Joaquin Gill. But that's going, you know, I talked about Dale taking a risk there and got lost in the crossover and allowed it to be a to the basket move. So Wyandotte has been, to me, poor on defensive transition this year.
Drops it to Tatum in the lane. Up, no good. Tipped around, cleared by Atchison, who comes the other way now with a 1-point lead. Bad pass off the foot of Rawls. We go back to Wyandotte. Unforced, well, a bit of a forced area. He took a trap.
Yeah, but that's where Helms want to try to get the ball to one of his guards in that situation, running to the sideline and kind of stopping and making a pass to the feet of his teammate.
Nunley moves into the front court. Now we get our first look at an adjustment defense. Theo Bass, first shot on the way is no good, but Robert Tatum on the offensive glass, able to get it back up, and he'll shoot free throws.
So right now, Wyandotte's eating on the offensive boards and they continue to get themselves second and third opportunities. So Atchison needs to find a way to get their body into the offensive guys. Find a guy, lock into him, use your butt, and box him out.
Coach Crowley in his first year for the Wyandotte Bulldogs took the chains off almost of the lockdown, slow-paced offense they ran last year, 2-3 zone, to try and shut down pretty much everything they were trying to do. Unlock the talent of guards Theo Bass and Deontay Nunley. As Tatum ties the game up at 1, hitting that first free throw. Second on the way is up and good. This team does shoot well from the free throw line. You would assume so with playing a majority of guards. Gill working now against Nunley. Quick move. Good pass.
Good pass. Good job with handling the ball. It'd be, it'd be important for me to keep an eye on Gill tonight, considering Wyandotte likes to put a little bit of pressure on him. And he didn't come out the game the other night as well, except for near the end of the game where he got injured. So
Nunley
plays a lot of minutes.
Gets to the rim again. Wyandotte on the offense. So they're in the 2-3 zone or a zone look, it appears, by Atchison. It's hard to rebound out of that in some situations. But Wyandotte's doing a very effective job of getting inside. Gill pushing into the front court against Nunley. See a small adjustment of what you see from other people. Nunley was trying to get him on his right hand.
See Wyandotte.
Chambers, got to get it down there to him. Bad pass.
And too late.
Bad angle. Kennedy with a Euro through the lane.
Good defense there.
Pull-up jump shot. Gill is good.
Gill.
That is the evolution of his game, is that pull-up jump shot.
Not only that, but also using his other hand to actually create that position there.
You can see clearly Nunley trying to work him off that left hand. Bass able to finish for his first bucket of ball game. Smith up ahead, down to Rawls with pull-up jump shot. No good.
Tell you what, that's a good shot, though. That's a good offensive.
A good shot, but a quick shot. Bump out front. That'll be.
Ooh.
Whoa! Bit of continuation.
A little NBA continuation.
Yeah, that was NBA continuation there. He took that bump and then went right into his shot. So good. That's Theo Bass, though. He's able to get to the rim.
Just as fast as Atchison puts the shot up on the other end, Wyandotte's already at the rim on the other end. So a little suspect on the continuation there. However, you got to do a better job of stopping ball, not running beside your guy.
You said that's a shot down here, a good shot by Rawls, but a quick shot, which is going to get Wyandotte into the pace that they're looking to get this game into.
It was a solid offensive break. Kept the ball off the ground, got it up to Smith, and got it to the corner. So you can't ask for a better execution of your offensive break.
Bass does not knock down the free throw. Again, Nunley trying to keep him off that right hand. Gets those cookies. Nunley all the way to the bucket, up and good. Little film study. blocked there. Quick foul on Nunley. I'm not sure how many times Gills had his cookies took this year.
Well, not only that, but like I talked about, you see Joaquin breathing a little harder, having to kind of go against that full court press. And like I said, after playing the whole game the other night, we'll see, if he can stay at this pace.
And I'm sure he understands the situation, playing against two senior guards. Chambers. Helm, not bashful, goes into the lane.
Nice move
and
by
one.
the freshman. Not as scared of his first game at the pit.
So Helm with an and one opportunity. 6-foot freshman. Atchison can look forward to seeing him for a good number of years. Good offensive rebound. Tip by Rawls. Adam Smith back up and good.
That was one of them little old school old man moves. A little hesitate with the head fake and created itself a little space. So just like that, Atchison's now back up on top. And Atchison drops back to the zone again.
Almost a 3-2 look. 3 on the way from Verner's favorite player in the KCAL. Gill up ahead to Rawls. Had Helm over on the other side wide open, but he's going to go to the free throw line. That shot by Mr. Dante Walters, another senior on this squad. There are only 2, 3, 4 juniors, underclassmen on this Wyandotte squad. First shot from Rawls is good. As we get our first look at Mr. Sexton Kirby, number 22, checking into the ball game.
Denton's going to return for Atchison after a few good, giving Mr. Chambers a break.
Free throw on the way is up. Ain't good. Nunley. Bass drops it off to Walters. Bass for 3. Good. That's been a big step he's taken in this game. He doesn't take a lot of them, but he's been knocking them down this year.
Oh, yeah, but good look there by Nunley as well, using the fake to get in the middle of the lane and kick out.
Gill working against Nunley. Helm cutting in the lane, up, no good. Denton clears an offensive rebound, kicks it back out to Gill to reset.
Under 1 now for the quarter.
Gill in the lane.
Joaquin Gill.
You want him to go right, I'll go right in the score.
Starting off this game where he left off the other day. Double figures early in this game.
Nunley.
I think he has about 11, 12 of the 19.
Tatum working against the freshman. Nunley. No good. Rebound Helm with 20.
They'll hold it for the last one.
One thing to zone from Atchison, I wondered if they would even play man at all to try and cut down the ability for these one-on-one players to get to the rim. And they've been almost exclusively 3-2 zone.
So we'll get a 5-second call here.
Good matchup here. Nunley drops it to Denton for 3. No good. Joaquin Gill gets another shot up.
And Joaquin had a little bit more time than he thought he had. He could have actually got it and gathered himself.
So after 1.
And what's amazing, that's his first miss of the game right there.
19-17. Atchison on the road, leading at Wyandotte. It's going to be a fun. Buckle up. We'll be right back. David Brock's back with Vernon Birmingham. Started the second quarter, and Atchison will have the ball. We'll switch possessions over to Wyandotte as Gill works against Kirby out front now. Helm. They get a little weave action. First look man-to-man. Illegal screen on Rawls. Coach Crowley showing a little bit of flexibility in his defense now. Second quarter making the adjustment. Theo Bass coming into the front court again. Atchison staying in this like 1-2-2 look. Kirby drops it out. Tatum for 3. Good. Third three-point shot. Check that, 4th three-pointer for the Wyandotte Bulldogs tonight.
Tatum stepping out. We've seen him put up a couple threes throughout the year.
We'll see how long that Atchison is able to stay in that zone if Wyandotte's going to hit from outside. Him. Oh.
The reach.
He wanted those cookies.
Try to go for the cookies. He's got his hand smacked.
I just realized I just committed a cardinal sin. I got to apologize now. I didn't get any cookies tonight. It was your turn to bring the cookies.
Still in the...
Sexton Kirby up, can't finish. Offensive rebounders, nobody got back for Atchison. And Wyandotte now has come out on a nice little mini run here to take the lead. Pressure by Wyandotte. Denton tries to dribble through, gets all the way to the rim, up no good. Tip rebound by Chambers is no good. Bass coming the other way for Wyandotte. Good hands by Atchison. It will be out of bounds and stay with Wyandotte. Good pace to this game so far. We're going to see some points tonight. Mr. Walters triggers it in to Kennedy. Still have not seen Marquise Hall. Bass all the way to the rim, can't finish. Chambers clears.
Consider we haven't seen him yet. I am going to speculate now. It says it maybe has to be, if not an injury, some type of disciplinary issues.
Denton all the way to the rim, finishes. As Nunnally is set to check back in for Wyandotte. Bass pushes back into the front court. Kennedy, Sexton. Ball sticking there in the zone as Bass tries to work the elbow area. Kennedy a pull three. No good. Rawls runs down the rebound, gets himself in quick transition for Atchison. Trap is Denton. Again, gets all the way to the bucket. Off the backboard and good. Marcus Denton gets the friendly roll. And Atchison reclaims the lead. Tatum in the lane. Left hand. Rawls picks up another foul.
No, I think he got touched on that one. I think the ball actually just kind of rolled off his hand a little bit. He didn't quite have control of it.
That's 3 fouls on Rawls. And we'll go a little bit deeper into the Atchison bench, it appears, as Adam Smith will come back into the ball game, which makes Atchison a little bit smaller. So minus Hall, they're able to get one of the 2 Atchison bigs in foul trouble. One of those on an illegal screen, so not a good look for the Atchison Redmen. Again, neither one of these teams go very deep. Both teams so far have come off the bench with 1 or 2 subs. Tatum's free throw is up and rolls in. Tie ball game.
So you see now Wyandotte's trying to keep the ball out of Gill's hand, considering he's been putting up most of the fireworks. That should be a foul.
Gill working out front against Kirby. Gill in the lane, pull-up jump shot, drops it to Chambers
you
instead.
got to knock down if you're Chambers.
Up ahead, Bass leaks out. Good.
Nobody rotated back, considering Gill penetrated the lane. Nobody else rotated back.
Kirby, face guard and Gill. Smith all the way to the butt. Good pass to him.
Nice pass, nice move. Utilize the jump stop.
Theo Bass coming back in now. 25 apiece.
If he dribbles, that should be a double.
That's a double. They do get him.
That's just not knowing the game for some of these young folks. When they drop the ball like that, that's their dribble.
Coach Hall wants another timeout to talk a little bit. Maybe make an adjustment or 2. So the refs have not been a factor so far, just 4 fouls on Wyandotte and 5. Well, I guess a little bit of a factor with Rawls being in foul trouble. He's got 3 of the 5 for Atchison. So Mr. Rawls needs to stop hacking. Want to shout out the AD for Wyandotte, Mr. Rufus Black. First class treatment for SHUKC and coming out. We really do appreciate their support. Principal Mary Stewart, a good friend of SHUKC, a former principal of a younger version of Mr. Birmingham and myself at Slagle High School. Mark Snyder on the board. Got our student workers going for us tonight. Mr. A.J. Watson and Chandler Heron on the cameras.
Oh, we got a little Watson on the camera tonight.
AJ, we're trying to get AJ to see the game in a new light, working the camera. So full timeout for Atchison as we come back out. We'll see what Coach Matt Hall called up now. So they switch defense. He calls another timeout. We'll see if, and Wyandotte makes another adjustment, almost looking like they're going back to their zone. So a little cat and mouse from the two coaches here as he might have drew something up for the man-to-man and come back and find the zone.
They keep that ball
Good
up.
hands by Dale.
You're the big guy. You can't bring the ball down and keep it at your waist. You got to keep it high. So that's basically a turnover if you look at it.
Bass coming back into the front court now for Wyandotte. Dan Atchison has not come out of this 3-2 or 1-2-2 look. Cutting down the penetration, but Bass will just pull up for his mid-range jump shot. Adam Smith into the lane, shot up, no good. Tip by Helm is good.
Starting a bright future for Atchison.
Helm looked like he might have a little bit of growth in him as well, so playing real well so far here, Nunnally. Cross court, Dale's open, turns it down, drives baseline. Tatum again on the offensive glass is going to go back to the free throw line.
Another foul on the big man. Again, that's the one thing about the zone. You give up a lot of opportunities for offensive rebound scenarios because it's, you know, defenders just kind of guard the area and can't really get to a spot to get their man. No excuse, but they're not doing a good job of getting locked onto a man and getting the box out. So a lot of offensive rebounds.
Things getting crucial now for Atchison as Chambers picks up his second foul. We'll see if Wyandotte recognizes and chooses to attack the big man now that he's got two fouls. I know I'm going right at him.
Well, you know, you also wonder if Atchison staying in the zone because, you know, you might be able to check one of the guards, but try to check both of them.
Well, that's the problem I talked about before is probably assume Joaquin Gill can do some things, but would that get him in foul trouble if they did go man-to-man? But they're sacrificing their bigs now who's got a couple of fouls. And cheap ones at that because they're not aggressive fouls. Helm, pull-up, jump shot. Good. Let's turn around.
Damn. Trying to get some invisible cookies tonight.
Gonna get some cookies on loan.
Yeah, you might have to run a save a lot here at halftime.
Nunnally turnaround shot in the lane is good.
Good move there by Nunnally.
Denton, he'll take the lane to the bucket. Can't hit off the backboard. Nunnally clears the rebound, and he's looking to get in transition for Wyandotte coming the other way. Steps through. Dale open for three. Good. Kendall Dale with his second three of the ball game.
Good transition there. Good look by Nunnally. Good patience.
Smith. Bit of a telegraph look there as Gill gets all the way to the rim, and he's going to get a foul. Kennedy thought he had a clean block. We'll see what they call it on.
This will be on Kennedy, I think.
They do call it on Kennedy as we get some subs coming in. Mr. Brett, our guy star from last year's game we did here at Wyandotte, Mr. Jalen Bradley will check into the ball game. Dante Walters will check back in too, and we'll get Atchison going to go a little bit deeper into their bench now. Going to go. Actually, check that. They're going to take Helm out of the ball game. I thought they might try and see if they can steal a few minutes with Chambers on the bench so he doesn't pick up his third here before the half.
You've seen Gill miss the first of two.
I'm looking down Atchison's bench, and we do not see Mr. Micah Birch, who was a big man that we saw on Tuesday night.
Missed both.
He misses an opportunity for Wyandotte to extend their first lead. Kendall Dale for three again is good.
Oh, Dale with the stare down to the table.
There you go. Good defense, Dale, with a strip. Theo Bass all the way to the rim. Oh, tried to get him. We saw Bass try to get one out of Blue Valley. He looked like he might try to go up with 2. As Wyandotte now on a run and got the lead up to 8. Skip pass. Drives to the bucket.
You had a bucket.
Denton for 3. No good. Offensive rebound is knocked away. Nunnally's got it.
Good hustle there by the Bulldogs.
Bradley drops it to Nunnally, who wants to get out and sprint now as the Wyandotte Bulldogs are extending the lead. Timeout called by Wyandotte. Give them a 30. Just like that. Couple of shots knocked down.
Kendall Dale showing up from beyond the arc tonight. With the stare down to the table. I think he was trying to tell Mr. Watson something.
Kendall Dale on Twitter knew we were coming, said it's ESPN night here at Wyandotte. We got to come up with our own theme music, though. I wonder how disappointed the player of the game is going to be when they find out I didn't bring cookies tonight.
7-Eleven's down the street, too. You might have to run down there and get a mini pack.
I might have to I can't give them money, so we have to just get them on loan. I have to make a trip down here.
You might have to go get the mini pack, man. The pack that has like 8 in them.
Yeah, there you go.
You should probably cut down to that anyway, man. You're getting these boys fat.
If I don't give them away, I have to eat them myself. So that would be detrimental to myself here. Still fouls next to nothing as we've scored 66 points here with still 146 remaining here in the half. Dale, get you a heat check, Kendall. Adam Smith clears the rebound. Denton across to Gill. Gill's gone quiet here. Needs to get a look since they started face guarding him. Bad pass. Walters coming the other way, works through Gill. All the way to the bucket. No good. Denton clears a rebound. Chambers.
Atchison needs a basket fast here.
Smith is going to get called on a push.
Kendall Dale with the flop. Doing it for the cameras. Kendall. They're going to put him in the bonus. Just realized you might need to run to the concession stand and see if they're selling Oreos. Little mini packs.
Man, they didn't even have Coke in the concession stand. They didn't have a Sprite. I had to drink a Mr. Pibb. A Mr. Pibb Extra. I can say that it was not that bad.
Wanted to discuss, and they're going to give them the offensive foul or the push. Determine it's going to be 1-to-1 or take it out at sideline.
Very valid.
Since it was an offensive.
It was off the ball, but they did have possession of it, so they will go ball out of bounds instead of 1-and-1.
Good job there by the 3-man crew.
Wyandotte now looking to push this lead to double figures with a bucket. Getting close to a minute now as all of a sudden Wyandotte breaks out. Dale will pull another 3. No good. I like the confidence from Dale to keep shooting, though. He's got a.
Ever since he stared us down, he's missed a couple now. Stay humble, young man.
He's going to head over to the bench. I'm a big fan of Kendall Dale, good kid. His Chambers triggers in to Gill.
I am a fan of that young man as well. He's been playing well. I'm not a fan of long sleeves when you're hooping.
I don't like pants when you hoop. Gill, Smith will pull 3. Ooh, that looked good, but no good. As Chambers gets the offensive board. Pull up from the free throw line is no good. Helm not able to clear, and Adam Smith's going to get a tie up here.
Again, big man having the ball down here rather than getting it high with his elbows out. But Atchison is gone ice cold here in the last few minutes. See if I can find somebody to deliver some Oreos. The mayor of KCK, Vernon Birmingham.
Uh-oh. Walters.
What you gonna do, Dante? You gonna put it down?
Adam Smith is able to hustle back.
If Dante would have went with authority and put that down, that wouldn't have happened. Well, Dante, show some rise.
So again, Atchison's gone last few minutes of this quarter without a bucket. Mr. Dante Walters, 6-foot senior, 200 pounds. Knocks down that first free throw. Ooh, past my bedtime, I apologize. Walters' second free throw is short. Adam Smith is able to clear the board, and Gill will come into the front court, looking to trap and get the ball out of his hands. Chambers.
He should have turned quick. The rule is get the ball in the middle, turn quick the opposite side. You should maybe
Smith being aggressive. It will be Wyandotte ball. Gill hasn't even taken a shot here in the last few minutes too, so it got Atchison a little bit off kilter. 9-point lead. Wyandotte will look to take the last shot of this ball of this half. Nunnally working with 5. Bass all the way to the rim, up, layup, good.
Too easy.
As time expires. End of the first half, and Atchison's got some work to do. Down 40-29. This is David Brox with Vernon Birmingham. We'll be right back. All right, David Brox back. SHUKC's game of the week. Living up to the billing there after first quarter, but Wyandotte goes on a big run to get it to the half with an 11-point lead. What'd you think, Mr. Watson?
Wyandotte came in and said, welcome to my house. You're my guest. You've entered my front door. Now it's time for me to treat you like you've been here before.
So Atchison went to the 3-2 zone, kind of relied on their bigs to rebound, but Wyandotte did a real good job on the offensive glass.
They did. They helped themselves by rebounding well, by allowing their guards to take over the game on the offensive end.
Kendall Dale, I think 4 threes, got a little hot, maybe did a couple of heat checks there at the end of the first half. Talk a little bit about what he brought in being able to extend out that Atchison zone.
Kendall can bring heat to the game when his shot is falling, but he has to be wide open in order to get that shot off. He's not a jump shooter, he's a set shot shooter. So he happened to get to the right place at the right time. They fed him the ball. He knocked down a couple of shots.
Hey, I'm a set shooter too. Don't hate on the set shot. You can knock it down from out there. Joaquin Gill got out to a hot start, but they finally figured some things out. Sexton Kirby, maybe some adjustments by the coaching staff of getting up and face guarding. Clearly wanted to get him on his right hand.
Right.
What does Joaquin Gill need to do to get back on track here in the second half?
He's got to allow the game to come to him. He tried to force it toward the end of the second quarter, and they shut him down. He got into a little trouble, got frustrated. He's got to allow the game to come to him as he did in the first quarter.
So we got another exciting second half coming up. Wyandotte on pace to score 80 points here. They've done that a few times. So 40-29 at the half. We'll be right back for the second half tip. Started the third quarter. Kendall Dale letting us know just how hot he was in that first half.
He's staring me down. What did I say in the last couple of weeks about him?
I don't know.
I'm trying to think. Did I say he was lazy on defense in the MLK day?
Dale, into the lane, says, I can drive too. Pull-up jump shot, no good. Gets his own offensive rebound. Marquise Hall into the game. First bucket. We will say disciplinary reasons.
Yeah, like he wanted to put that down.
He's got a lot of work to do to get to be the player of the game. Denton out front.
Got Tatum actually sitting to start the half.
So Kennedy had to check that Walters getting a start, so maybe he sees something. Coach saw something that he liked, giving all his players an opportunity. Oh, Chambers. Keys Hall rejects the offering. Dale into the lane again, drops it to Walters for 3. Good.
Dante Walters. And this a game that was 32-29 at one point.
Cookies out front. Walters again with another opportunity. Up. No good, can't finish. Theo Bass hustling down the court. How did he get that up? Well done, Mr. Theo Bass puts it in over Chambers. Just getting away from Atchison as Coach Hall has to call a timeout.
So 32-29 at one point, and just like that, 18-point lead.
Atchison now gone a good number of minutes without a catch. Principal Mary Stewart coming over, giving Harmon.
Heart disease day.
Harmon. Vernon is so famous, he's got the people taking pictures of him. Got his red Wyandotte colors on it. Miss Stewart wants to let him know about it.
I'm going to put the truth out there, though.
Calling out Coach Crowling hooked us up with some nice Wyandotte shirts.
I'm wearing my Pure Talent Elite red today. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Stallion to the heart. Bleed blue.
47-29. Atchison's got to find a bucket here. Wyandotte has really put an emphasis on trying to get the ball out of Gill's hands. Rawls flashing, good cut by Adam Smith, who's able to put it off the backboard and good.
That's what you have to do against this zone. Find cutting lanes, find a way to cut to the basket. Don't stay stationary and standing around.
Todd Kennedy into the lane. Marquise Hall with an offensive rebound, able to put it back up and good.
Again, Atchison's not getting bodies on anybody.
And Coach Hall
not getting bodies on anybody.
Burning through timeouts here, trying to get this game back under control.
There's the slam of the clipboard. I was waiting on it. Can we get a camera in the huddle?
And at some point, you do got to wait. You got to try and wake your kids up if they're not responding to what you're doing. We could probably listen in to the huddle as Coach Hall really trying to wake the kids up right now.
Hey, we need to add our feature to our broadcast after quarters. We go interview the coach like they do on Friday night in the NBA. We'll send Coach Watson to interview.
We need a wireless mic for that one.
We might see Coach Watson get tossed in a headlock.
We're talking about the SHUKC budget. So we got rubber bands. We need another mic for Mr. Brian Watson so he can say a few things too.
This is getting away from him.
Well, they got it still at 18. They need a big run for sure. Gill triggers back in. Walters face guarding. Another turnover. Hall just kind of throws a hook shot into the front court. Gill's got to try and see if he can't get something going to the rim. Tries to drop it off to Denton, who got ran over.
Just got to take that up and go up with the right hand.
Coach Hall sub in. Mr. Helm comes back into the ball game for Denton. Nunley waves off Walters. Pull up jump shot. Good, nice shot, Deontay Nunley.
Gets the zone nonetheless. He's basically dribble up and put up a shot. 20-point lead now. Largest
We may be
of the game.
seeing Molly might be walking in the building here. Helm down on the block, another turnover. Walters coming the other way. Steal from Gill. Looking like a defensive back.
A little dribble through.
That's right, he is a defensive back for the football teams. Bit of frustration though for Atchison. Again, all the pressure was on Wyandotte tonight. As Kennedy comes up to try and face guard Gill.
Three points. Actually 2 points is all Atchison's had since probably about the 2-3 minute mark of the second quarter.
Rawls says, I'll pull a three.
Hey,
Somebody's got to wake him up, and Rawls tries to do so from the corner. Bass, oh, nice move. Oh, my goodness. Theo Bass.
with the dime.
Rawls underneath, blocked by Hall, outlet. Todd Kennedy, Wyandotte coming the other way. Euro again, they may call it travel, and they do. Not sure he did, but he did. That move by Theo Bass, I'm pretty sure he went through the legs.
That's going to be in our top 5 player of the week package. We haven't seen that all year, man. What's going on?
I got to
You need to add that to the budget, too?
Why you putting me out there?
Hey, man, today's the day we need to.
Not unless you can put in a budget, getting me some more time. Todd Kennedy over to Dale, back to Kennedy, blocked from behind. Smith not able to clear, but we'll stay here with Wyandotte.
If you need more time, you just need to go buy 1 ticket tomorrow night for that 300 and something million, and they give you all the time you need, man.
There you go. You're right. Bass to the bucket. I said he can go to the bucket at will.
At will. Like I said earlier this year, my mind hasn't changed. Best guard I've seen this year.
Especially with the added element that he can knock down from outside. Rawls drops it down to Chambers, who gets triple teamed and loses it out of bounds. It will stay with Atchison. Denton will come in now for Smith. Rawls has done a good job here in the third quarter, avoiding that 4th foul. And Chambers as well with his 3rd. But Atchison's got to find some answers here pretty quick to get back in this ball game. Denton for 3. No good. Long rebound cleared by Dale. Up ahead, Theo Bass runs away. Are they serious going to let him have that? The ref sat there and watched him hang on the rim and get that to go in. Hey, it all counts the same, I suppose. Hey, my guy is an NBA official over here.
I'm trying to find out what just happened there.
That could not in any situation be legal.
No, not at all.
And three officials sat and watched that. Maybe they were in awe.
Well, I don't think they probably expected it, but
I knew he was going to try.
No.
Theo, that was not a dunk.
Take those 2 points off the board.
We got to go review that one.
Now that should make the top 5, like not top 5.
David Defoe. Denton knocks down the first free throw. I do appreciate the effort, though, from Mr. Bass. He comes into the front court, working against Denton. Wyandotte in no rush now as Atchison still sits in that 3-2 zone. Dale's open for 3. Off long, Gill clears, rebound, pushing the other way now.
Tell you, ever since he gave us the stare down, man, he's went cold. What was that?
Nunley pushing the other way. Pull up, jump shot, good. Wyandotte's a scoring machine. 59 points still here with good look. Oh, with a block.
Are you gonna try again?
Just lay it up and get an and one. Denton fouls Theo Bass.
You know, the problem right now for Atchison is they have nobody else who can put the ball in the bucket. You know, we saw Joaquin Gill get off to an early start in the first quarter, and ever since they
started face guard
them a little bit, their offense has not been able to do much.
On what?
He said it's a wrap. He's getting a little too cocky. He needs some humble pie.
He's having some fun. Theo Bass looking to knock down. Him.
Can't be talking that much after what we saw at the Sprint Center.
Burnham putting everybody on blast tonight. Smith drops it down to Chambers. I don't think he kicked him that hard.
Who am I going to put on blast next while I'm at it?
Make sure you compliment him first. And then you
I did, man. I said he was hot earlier. Said the stroke was there. Say, man, you come over here. Hey, I'm going Barkley tonight. You come over here and start talking to us. We're going to say something back.
Number 5. Got away with that again. We're getting away with everything here. And one. My official's animated over here as well. Gill's first bucket in a long time. Free throw is up and good from Gill. Atchison here, we're working towards next game, possibly. Dale searching number 5. Trayvon Boyd checks into the ball game. Smith with a turnover. Gill coming the other way against Chambers. Euro step. Tries to get it up on the rim, and they get called for a travel.
This official's not letting the Euro go tonight.
You don't know what a Euro is.
Nah, he thinks it's a bagel or something.
Chambers. Trigger in Sexton Kirby, who got that defensive pressure started on Gill. Has him out front. Austin Bono. All SHUKC kicker comes into the ball game for Atchison. A good linebacker as well as Gill goes all the way to the rim. Up, no good. Can't finish. Tatum pulls it down, and Kendall Dale comes the other way. Theo Bass.
No answer for Theo Bass here in the third quarter.
Smith all the way to the rim. He's going to get a block and go to the free throw line. Give Adam Smith some credit tonight. He's been aggressive on the offensive end, trying to get things going. Got some subs coming in as Mr. Walters and Kennedy will check back in for Wyandotte here after the first free throw from Adam Smith, which is up and good. Starting to think I pick up on what Mr. Dale was talking about. I think I might have called Joaquin Gill probably maybe one of the top point guards in the area.
Oh, no question about that. He is, though. I guess maybe saying they step up tonight.
Theo Bass, pull-up jump shots, no good. Austin Bono clears the rebound and starts to break, drops it off to Smith. Can't finish the layup. Wyandotte's going to push the other way quickly. Kennedy drops it off to Tatum. Layup is good. Under a minute here in the third is Gill. Working the other way. Bono's open for 3. No good long. Walters travels.
Ran with it. A little bit in a hurry, Dante.
Trayvon Boyd checks back into the game. One of the few looks at an underclassman for these Wyandotte Bulldogs. He is a junior, 6-foot junior. Wyandotte will go to the man-and-man. He'll hold Mr. Bono. As Wyandotte has amassed a 25-point lead. Chambers. Elbow jump shot is good. Walters drops it off to Kirby coming the other way. Tatum for 3.
Coach was calling for one shot. Tatum said,
I think they called a foul. They counted the bucket.
Ladies and gentlemen, our introduction tonight, Molly Wap has entered the building.
Joaquin Gill will get his first break in the last 2 games. Wyandotte too much through 3.
Cole
Up here with
Bateman.
a 69 spot here at the end of the third quarter. And still playing pressure defense, as this has turned into a Bulldog showcase. But just like when we talked to Coach King,
Shooting 1-1 now. So shooting free throws the rest of the game. Actually might be able to climb back into it.
you're trying to keep us some live viewers.
Don't leave just yet.
27-point lead.
8 minutes to go.
My remedial math here, I started using my fingers here as Rawls knocks down the first free throw. Five seconds. Tatum up ahead with three. Kirby. No good after three.
Kirby gets a little pat on the back by the cheerleading squad.
Wyandotte
the dance
Bulldogs
team.
protecting their house. 69-42. This is David Brooks with Vernon Birmingham. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter. Adam Smith back to triggers in for Atchison. Gill working against Walters. Bono. Caught Chandler Herring slipping on the camera here as Wyandotte trying to put a layup in.
Then Dante missing a couple of bunnies.
Sitting up here eating Skittles.
Come on, Marshawn Lynch.
Gill. Offensive foul called on Joaquin Gill. Bit of push, I guess. I didn't see his offhand. His second foul. Only their second team foul. Nunnally gets to the lane. Blocked by Chambers. Atchison with a fast break opportunity coming the other way. Smith will pull up off backboard, no good. And he's going to get called over the back. Actually, they call it on Dale.
Had numbers there. 3-1 break. Settle for the short jump shot.
Theo Bass, Todd Kennedy check back in for Walters and Nunnally. Adam Smith back to the free throw line for a couple of throws. No good. Rebound, Theo Bass. Kendall Dale for three. Good. Rawls in the corner. NBA range for that three as Rawls drops in from the side. Bass whips a pass turnover. Gill now coming the other way for Atchison in transition. Rawls another jump shot, long. Knocked out of bounds, will stay with Atchison. And in the end for Atchison, this game means very little in the race now for second place. Hoping for second place. They will have a return game in Atchison as Austin Bono knocks down the three from outside. Bass now working into the front court. Hall sets the screen. Kennedy for three. Long, Bono with a rebound, and they're going to call a very cheap foul on Boyd.
Free throws, tell you, man. Leads to cut to 25. We'll cut it down to 23.
Subs coming in from Mr. Tatum. Robert Tatum a check in and the first look at number 11 for Wyandotte. shout out to Wyandotte, who does not have number 11 in the program. So we'll go to page 2, where we find sophomore Mr. Jarrell Lucas. Get to see a look perhaps at the future of Wyandotte basketball. Mr. Lucas is a sophomore, 5'10". Good ball handler out front. See if he's able to get to showcase some of that a little bit tonight here in the last 6 minutes of this ball game.
See Atchison starting to run a trap at the ball.
Tatum, Hall, trying to get his. Good turn into the lane, but the shot does not go down. Bono drops it down to Chambers, who tried to shoot before he got it. There's our look at the sophomore coming the other way, drops it to Kennedy. Bass with an offensive rebound. Marquise Hall with an offensive rebound. Gill clears. Up ahead to Bono. Good.
Leads down to 21.
Lucas into the front court.
You see coach is bringing some of his starters back in the game now. Don't want this game to get away. Oh, he didn't even have the ball.
Timeout. Sideline for Wyandotte. Whether he had it or not, he gets it. 72-51. Wyandotte leads as we look over at the Atchison bench. Coach Hall talking to the official, asking how he gets a timeout without the ball.
Well, he's the one that called it that was over here, who actually at the time wasn't looking at the ball. The Atchison was actually had control of the ball by the time he called for the, or he's asking about the over the back call, one of the two.
So what are you doing here if you're Atchison? Just trying to get some positives into your next game here. Obviously didn't work out here on the road at Wyandotte.
Still got room for the Rock and Jock 25-point shot.
That would add a new element to the game of basketball if they would just introduce the 5-point shot from just inside the half court.
The 25 points. See, a lot of the young people will go back and watch this game. When it's posted, won't even know what we're talking about. We talk about the Rock and Jock. Got our engineer interrupting me, and I'm talking about the Rock and Jock MTV basketball game.
Mr. Helm checks back into the ball game.
In a 21-point game, he's trying to stop me from talking about Rock and Jock.
Mark Snyder, the brains behind this operation. Walters drops it down to Marquise Hall. Bangs in the lane, turnaround jump shots, no good. Helm clears a rebound for Atchison.
Coach Hall's asking him to push it up the court.
Chambers.
Going to get a call, go shoot some more free throws, scoring buckets with the clock stop. Got a chance to take it under 20 here with a couple of free throws.
Maybe you set a goal if you're Atchison, just get it to 10. This would be one of the best comebacks I've ever seen.
They come back and win this game, I'll go buy the whole team Oreos before they get back on this bus.
I would say I walk to Atchison, but that's not going to happen. I might not ever make it. Chambers at the line. They had a couple opportunities. Smith was there a second ago. You get back in. You can't get back into the game at the line if you don't knock him down.
That's the perfect opportunity. The clock stopped. Free points, not taking advantage of them.
Second on the way for Chambers. Quiet game for Chambers as he knocks both up, misses both. Dale pushing into the front court against Rawls. He's going to go to the free throw line. 10 fouls to 2.
So they're going to take it out under bounds. They've still got a while to go before they get to the bonus.
A.D. Rufus Black doing double duty with the camera on the sideline. Theo Bass looked at 3, turned it down. Nunley for 3. No good off back rim. Dale, he'll pull another. Good. Kendall Dale, 6 threes. Wyandotte now. Bass all the way to the rim. Good.
I think Theo Bass needs a nickname.
Yeah, we're going to have to work on that. Theo Bass has been dominant this year as Rawls knocks in another jump shot. These two teams now get up and down. Bass picks up a foul ball out of bounds on the side with 4:10 remaining. Lead at 23.
Got to go back and watch some old Cosby Show episodes and see if I can come up with a Theo nickname.
I have to think about that one, but I agree. He has earned a SHUKC nickname, Mr. Theo Bass. We got to work on one. Does he have one, Mr. Watson? Dale for 7 threes. Good. NBA range. Depth from Mr. Kendall Dale.
Foul in the backcourt when you're shooting 2 free throws.
Kendall Dale said he's going to be I think he'll be disappointed. I know he follows me on Twitter. He knows about the cookies. He's going to be incredibly disappointed when he gets over here. I have to bring some up.
All that talking he been doing to us, I wouldn't give him the cookies anyway. I'll just give him the milk.
And tease him. Where am I?
Like, humble yourself, man, before you get the cookies.
My guy Kendall Dale's fired up tonight.
So he's been hot. Theo Bass has had a good game as well.
Todd Kennedy will check back in.
He said call Molly Wop. Is that what he said? He said call Molly.
She's already.
He's been
camped
camped
out.
out.
This is just impressive. I mean, again, a high school game be able to score 80 points, and they got 350 here, and they are not taking the foot off the trigger. Marquise Hall
with the dime from Theo.
The Dogs are out as we get a tie up, and we will go back to Wyandotte. They're going to use this as a recruiting video for Wyandotte. Had a whole team highlight as Theo Bass comes into the front court now. Bass for 3. Good.
I think you might have co-MVPs today.
Gill will pull 3. He knocks it down. Trying to stop the bleed now. I think Dale, again, turns it down. They want to see him put that ball up.
That's going to be
offensive on Theo with a push off. Dale, no, I'm going to talk to Dale when we talk to him over here about knowing how to take that heat check. Ain't no point in head faking when you hot like that. Just put it up there. Hey, Wyandotte's gone a long drought in the KCAL being able to compete. And I know specifically for these 4 or 5 seniors specifically, played a few years. As Smith knocks down from outside Nunley. And one. My God, we talked to him when he came over here too. This NBA continuation, he said Nunley was in his shot.
I think he's Wyandotte might be trying to push 100 tonight.
That's what I was just thinking of, whether or not they had enough time in order to get to 100.
Where they jacking up threes.
Dale with offensive rebound.
Dale getting offensive rebounds. Put it up, Dale. Cookies.
Out front, Adam Smith collects. Layup is good. Adam Smith with a good game tonight. A bright spot for Atchison because they do need other players to be able to step up and score points. Nunley coming the other way. They do want 100 tonight. Dale into the lane. Up. Good. He'll go to the line.
I think it's safe to say Coach can maybe empty his bench a little bit now.
Put that one in your book with you guys, okay?
Not only is AD Rufus Black taking pictures, but he also running the yearbook, sounds like.
Multi-talented.
No, I don't want to be in no Wyandotte yearbook.
Kendall Dale misses the first free throw. Second is good. I mean, the kids in Wyandotte, I know they're thinking 100. A rare feat as Kendall Dale comes out of the game. Gill, stolen. Gill holds on to it. It will be possession arrow. Stay with Atchison.
Like to see guys still getting on the floor here late in the game.
As they do empty the bench now.
Hey man, you might want to take your shirt off, homie. My man's LaMarle out there with his shirt still on.
We know Chin. Atchison triggers in.
Smith with the left.
I'm liking Smith's aggressiveness tonight. As Lucas comes into the front court. Marlon Chin travels out front but didn't get it. Call Tatum.
Refs like we'll let this game play out.
Tatum.
Like we might be able to make it to hoops tonight.
3 on the way. No good long. Boyd's going to get called for a foul. And Helm will come the other way. With a 17th foul, Atchison will finally go into the 1-1. Well, I said if this was a track meet, Atchison was going to be in trouble. It worked out that way. This was an entertaining game for the first quarter and a half.
Yeah, but I'm about to say also, Atchison went through a long scoring drought. I mean, I think they at one point scored 2 points for the last 3 minutes of the second quarter, then the first 4 minutes of the third quarter.
But that's my point. They got into an up and down game. We talked about the shot from Rawls over there. It was a good shot. It looked good, but that's playing in the Wyandotte's hands and being able to get it going up and down.
I don't question that shot. That was actually a good look. You just got to knock it down. Dang. I'm getting in the game. I'm going to get mine.
Get yours off the boards. Come back the other way with 113.
Trying to show that Brian Watson range out here. We got number 21 for Atchison entering the game. Dustin Goodman, the 5'8" center.
Really? They're expecting a growth spurt as Helm knocks in.
I was impressed with Helm early in this ball game as well. Get yours off the glass.
Kirby trying to go one-on-one. He'll go to the free throw line. Bailed out a little bit. First free throw from Kirby is up and good. Second on the way is long over the backboard. Atchison ball. Like Lucas to check back into the ball game is Smith. Now with Gill and the starters of Atchison watching. Big test for Atchison now is going to be how do they respond. Not letting this bleed over. They got a tough win on the road at Harmon. 3 on the way from Tatum is good. Wyandotte with a 92 spot. Still Kirby. Layup no good. Tatum clears the offensive board. Back up for 94. Ball game. Wyandotte Bulldogs mollywop the Atchison Redmen tonight.
Molly showed her face tonight.
94-69. We'll be right back with Coach Crowley. Are we doing one or two? Is it good? Two. Vernon wants two. Kendall Dale and Theo Bass. We'll be right back. All right, David Brock's back. SHUKC's game of the week here with Coach Crowley and Wyandotte. I'll tell you what, 94 points. I don't care what level it is, high school. That's impressive for your kids to be able to do that. Talk a little bit about that from second quarter on. Actually, you guys went for the whole game, was able to step up a little bit on defense, though, to get this game away from Atchison.
I mean, really, on the offensive and defensive end, we just like to turn it up throughout the whole game. We like to get stronger as the game goes. You know, great players get stronger in the fourth quarter, and so that's what we try to do. As far as the 94 points go, you know, it's great to be back home. It's great to be shooting in your own gym again after 8-9 straight road games. And then on top of that, you know, every kid in our program has the green light to shoot from wherever they want. So, you know, whenever they have the confidence, they start hitting them.
So, Coach, talk a little bit about, you know, we kind of talked before the game how staying at that one loss, you know, staying one game back right now considering the loss to Washington. So how important was it to hold home court in this, you know, you still got to play Atchison one more time. They've been on a little hot streak. So talk about the importance of being able to stay one back right now at Washington.
Oh, it's very big because, you know, Washington's coming here. You know, that's by no means a easy win at all. That's going to be a battle here on the 16th, 17th, whatever that is. And, you know, like you said, you know, last game of the year, we have to go up to Atchison, and that's never a real easy place to play after a long road trip and everything like that, keeping the kids' minds right and everything. So it is it's big to, you know, win here at home and hopefully win the next 4 at home.
Talk about Theo Bass and Kendall Dale, both huge games. Dale, I think we counted 7 threes. So knockdown from outside, and Theo is just being Theo, what he's been able to do this year.
And Theo's just a playmaker. I mean, we have a couple guys like that. Theo, Deontay, a couple of those seniors, they're just straight playmakers. And Kendall, I mean, we've been telling him all year, just shoot the ball. You know, shoot from anywhere.
That's all I had to say
range
to him. I was like, man, you get a heat check there. You get 7 in a row. You ain't doing no head fakes anymore. Just go and put it up there.
No, that's why I told him the 4 or 5 minute mark. I told him I'm going to pull you out if you stop shooting. Exactly. You know, I want him to keep shooting. So, you know, a lot of those seniors, I was very impressed with them. You know, Marquise came in the second half and really elevated our game even more. I think Rob, Todd, Kennedy, even Dante Walters, you know, they did an excellent job in the first half of kind of holding it down in the middle through the first half. And then you got Sexton Kirby, who I think came in and in the second quarter, end of the first quarter there, did an excellent job on Joaquin because he's a heck of a player.
So my last question, I'm going to talk a little bit about, we actually didn't get actual game time, probably close to 7 or 8 minutes. The last part of the second quarter and the start of the third quarter, we actually held Atchison to 1 field goal during that kind of spurt. Talk about how important it was to see your defense clamp down like that.
Oh, it's huge. I mean, you know, one thing we always tell people, I mean, whenever we're up at halftime, I always tell my kids, you know, you have got to come out here and get 4 to 5 good stops, and we have got to come out and get 4 or 5 good shot opportunities, either inside, free throws, either good 3, something like that. And that's what we have to do to try to pull out on teams. And they were able to do it tonight. They did it against Schlegel the other night. It's huge on them. You know, we really try to just go on those runs. And then the defense, yeah, I mean, these kids are built on defense. That's what we've been preaching to them since day one.
Talk about how gratifying it is. You guys, Wyandotte, we talked a little bit about it during the broadcast, hasn't had success. Let's be honest, they've been getting beat up the last few years in league. To be able to go put it on Sumner, to go put it on Schlegel on the road, and now hold court here at home. Talk a little about, you know, the gratification and what the team might be feeling confidence-wise going into the rest of the season. I
mean, confidence is huge. I mean, anytime you get a group of 7 to 8 seniors who are all good players and could all play at most teams, you know, it's huge because they already have confidence from the get-go that it's their year. But then at the same time, you know, they have kind of been beat up the last couple of years, so they came into this offseason with a true chip on their shoulder, and they've been playing with that chip all season. There's only really been one game where they didn't play with a chip on their shoulder, and it was one of our losses. it's huge. You know, they kind of come out looking like they have something to prove, and even though they have a winning record now and, you know, holding home court, those types of things, they're still playing like they have a chip on the shoulder, like they have to prove to, you know, the whole state that they can be a contender every single night.
Well, Coach Crowland, we appreciate the hard work you put in.
Thank
Good
you.
win here tonight. Nice job.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, we'll be right back with Theo Bass and Mr. Kendall Dale. All right, David Brock's back, and I'm going to have to take a step back because this kid was on fire tonight, Mr. Kendall Dale. You were hyped up for this game.
Somebody need to put a hand in his face a little bit or something like that.
You were fired up for this game. Talk a little bit about how you got hot there, 7 threes. Big win for you guys here at home.
It was a big statement win. We were all motivated, and teammates just kept telling me to shoot, let it go.
We got to talk a little bit about how to do a heat check, Mr. Birmingham.
Yeah, when you're feeling it, keep putting it up, man, especially in that type of game. But talk a little bit about, you brought a little energy for your team tonight after you hit a couple of those shots, kind of got the rest of your team hype a little bit. Talk a little bit about, you know, what those shots did for your team in a game that was actually pretty close at one time.
My coach really relied on me to pick up the energy for the whole team. And once I hit the first three, that's all what keeps me going. All I needed was 1 3.
So you guys really got it going this year. You've been a player on this team for the last few years, maybe not as much success before, but talk a little bit about what it means to you to be able to find success here in your senior season.
It means a lot, actually. It's last year. Coach K, he really expected a lot from us. And, like, the last 3 years, it's just been not good. But Coach K, he really turned the system around. Proud to be a Wyandotte Bulldog.
So you talk about a little bit of a statement, man, when considering you guys took that loss to Washington early. How important was it for you guys to hold court at home, continue to stay only 1 game back of Washington?
We're trying to win state this year, and before state, we need to get a league title. And beating Atchison helped us out a lot, and all we just need to do is beat Washington.
Absolutely.
Hey, man, you were staring us down a little bit, man. What was that about?
It's part of my game.
Hey, nothing wrong with a little talking, having a little fun. We really appreciate the hard work you put in this game. Great shooting tonight, and keep it going for the rest of the season.
Now, here's the deal. We actually had co-players of the game, and this man forgot the Oreos. So
I owe y'all some cookies.
So he has to bring the Oreos by to get you the cookies.
I'm going to hold you to that.
There you go. Absolutely.
Thanks.
All right, we'll be right back with Mr. Theo Bass. All right, David Brock's back here with Theo Bass. Big win at home, Theo. Talk a little bit about being able to hold serve at home against a good Atchison team.
Shoot, man, we really haven't played home in a few weeks, probably a month or so. So we really wanted to come out and give the crowds a show.
So a game at halftime, it was only a 2 or 3 point game at the time. You came out, had a pretty big third quarter. Talk about a little bit about how you was able to build some momentum for your team in a close game.
Well, we really wanted to come out and send a message and let everybody know that we have the best guards in the league. That's where all our momentum came from.
Absolutely. So we want to talk to you about a couple of plays. The first one specifically, the dunk.
Actually, let's look at it. Actually, there's nothing to look at because it didn't happen.
Hey, we appreciate that effort to try to get up here.
The 2 points still count.
Yeah, I know.
That's all that matters.
They let them hang on the rim. But, Theo, I mean, your game has evolved to where you can knock down from outside, too. We talked to you on our show as well, but, I mean, how gratifying we talked to Kendall about what it is for in this senior season to be able to have this success that you guys have had. And now you guys have blown out Sligo, you've blown out Sumner, now you've done it here at home. Are we getting photobombed here by Mr. Nunley?
Getting photobombed by Mr. Nunley.
There you go, getting him
that's
a smile.
My brother, man.
Nunley,
How y'all doing?
jumping right in here.
He said, I'm going to jump up in there and interview myself. Here, man.
How y'all doing out there?
Absolutely.
Deontay Nunley.
So Deontay Nunley here with Theo Bass. You guys have been together for a very long time. I haven't talked to you guys together before, but talk about, I mean, we're talking about how gratifying it's got to be for you guys to have this success in your senior season after the struggles the first few years of your career, high school career.
It's amazing, you know. The chemistry is there now, you know, like we know where each other's at on the floor. I know where he's at. He knows where I'm at. It's just amazing to play with him.
Man,
Great finishing.
It's our last year. We got to go out hard.
Absolutely. So you guys got a tough matchup coming up. Now you got to take care of business with the rest of the teams. You got to go up to Atchison, and you got Washington coming to your place. Talk a little bit about how important that game is going to be here at Wyandotte and being able to get that win against Washington?
Well, shoot, we feel like we can't be beaten at home. When we got our crowd with us, we getting a good flow of the game. Can't nobody beat us at home.
Exactly what he said.
Agree.
We haven't lost at home yet anyway, so we waiting. We waiting for that day.
There you go. That's going to be a huge game. Hey, I appreciate you guys and how hard you've worked over the last few years. Keep doing what you're doing and keep finding that success. I mean, we appreciate you guys.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
PLG.
David Brox signing off. We'll see you next time.